This video goes through objective 51, which is finding the equation of a line. Before we go into our notes, we're just going to look at how we would do that if we had it drawn. So finding the equation of a line if it's already been drawn. To find the equation of a line, we first of all remember these are straight lines we're talking about, and they're going to be in the form y equals mx plus c. If we know m and we know c, then we can get the equation of a straight line. So the red line is straight, so it'll be y equals mx plus c. The c is where it crosses the y-axis, and it crosses at -2, so the c will be -2. And then we've got the y and the x, they always stay there. It's the m we have to work out, which is the gradient. So remember, to work out the gradient, you need to pick 2 points, 2 nice points which go in some corners. Pick here and here, and be up here. And that goes 2 across. And it goes from 11 to 2, sorry, it goes from 10 to 2, which is 8. So the gradient of that line would be 8 divided by 2, the change in y divided by the change in x, which is 4. So m is 4. So the equation of that line is y equals 4x minus 2. So let's go through that again with the blue line and remember what the steps are. It's straight, so it'll be in the format y equals mx plus c. I start off with c because it's easy. It's where it crosses the y-axis. So I change the c to be 1 because that's where the blue line crosses. The y and the x stay the same, and we need to work out the gradient of this line. So what will I do? I'll pick a point here and here. It's quite a small triangle. Goes 1 down and then 2 to the right. So the gradient of that line is half 1 divided by 2, the rise over the run. But notice that line's going downwards, so it's a negative gradient. Or in other words, that 1 was a negative 1 because it went down, it didn't rise, it fell. That's good English. It fell. Finally then, the green line. The green line is vertical. This is one you just had to memorize from quite a few lessons ago now, and I wonder, can you remember what it is? Everywhere on that line has something special about it. Everywhere in that line, the x value is always 2. So the equation of that line is x equals -2. Okay, so to find the equation of a line, you know it's going to be in the format y equals mx plus c, and it's a matter of finding m and c. The same will apply in these worded questions. So take down these examples. These are quite hard questions, however they are very similar after a while. There's not much changes, so once you work really hard on the example, you've got that type of question nailed. Example 1 then. Find the equation of the line which is parallel to y equals 3x minus 2 and passes through the point 4, 9. So let's break it down. Find the equation of the line. At this level, we're only working with straight lines. You don't know anything more advanced than that. So it's going to be trying to work out the equation of a straight line, and it'll be y equals mx plus c, which is parallel to y equals 3x minus 2. What does that mean? If it's parallel, it means it's got the same gradient as that line, and the gradient of that line is 3. So the gradient of the line that we're trying to work out will be 3 also. So it'll be y equals 3x plus c. And the final part of the question says it passes through the point 4, 9. Now if you can go back to the first lesson, if you can remember, if a point exists on the line, you can substitute it into the equation and it works. So this point is on the line, it works, so to speak. So we should be able to put the values in, the x being 4 and the y being 9, into the equation, and we get that. And because 4, 9 is on the line, if this works, we can work out the value of c. 9 is equal to 12 plus c. If we take 12 from both sides, c would be -3. So the equation of the line is y equals 3x minus 3. So I'll repeat what we do. You start off with writing y equals mx plus c. You can get m by spotting that it's parallel to this line. So the minus 2 didn't really make any difference. It was the fact that it was parallel, so the same gradient as this one. And then if you substitute in 4, 9 into the equation after that, you can work out what the value C is, and then you can write out the whole equation at the end. Example 2. Find the equation of the line which is perpendicular to y equals 4x minus 3 and passes through the point 0, 5. Now this is M4 because we've got perpendicular in there. So find the equation of the line. The line is going to be in the form y equals mx plus c. It's perpendicular to this line. So the important thing when we talk about perpendicular, we're talking about gradient. The gradient of this line is 4. The perpendicular line, I'm going to write that like that. That's a wee perpendicular right angle sign. If this line has a gradient of 4, the perpendicular line, remember, is the negative reciprocal. So the negative reciprocal of 4 is negative a quarter. That means that this line that we're trying to work out has a gradient of negative a quarter. So we can write in m to be negative a quarter. Y equals negative a quarter x plus c. And after that bit, we've dealt with that, and passes through the point 0, 5. Well, that means we can put 0, 5 into the equation. Now, it's a special case, 0, 5, but I'll just put it in anyway to show you. That means that the y is 5 and the x is 0. Now, if x is 0, that just disappears. Negative a quarter times 0, and you just get c is 5. So actually, if they give you the point 0, 5, that is the intercept. When x is 0, the y value is the y-intercept, so 5 is the y-intercept, y is c. So you're left with y equals negative a quarter x plus 5. Example 3. Find the equation of a line which passes through 1, 4 and 3, 10. So less information given in a way, but if we draw it, we can see what's going on. And by drawing it, I just mean a sketch to get an idea. So 1, 4 is there, and 3, 10 is there. See, nothing fancy. And then your line. Why do I want to do that? Well, when you have a line drawn out like that, you can find the gradient if you're using the change in y over change in x, or you can use the formula straight off, but I like to draw it out. If I draw it out, I can see the change in y is 6 and the change in x is 2. Why am I even doing that? Well, remember, if we're trying to find the equation of a line, it's going to be y equals mx plus c, and we have to work out these m's and c's. So the m is the gradient, 6 divided by 2, so the m is 6 over 2, which is 3. So the equation is y equals 3x plus c. And then remember from the other questions, to get the c, you substitute in a point that is on the line. Now these 2 points are both on the line, so you can sub either of them in. I'm going to choose 1, 4, because the numbers are smaller. The y value is 4, and the x value is 1. And that gives you that 4 is equal to 3 plus c. If you take 3 from both sides, you get that c is 1. So y equals 3x plus 1. On my sketch, I actually even had a y-intercept possibly of 1. Okay. Finally, example 4. We have to find the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the points 1, 3 and 3, 11. So what does that mean? Might be hard to understand, but again, I'm just going to draw a little sketch and then see if I can understand it from there. So 1, 3 and then 3, 11. It's the perpendicular bisector of the line joining those points. So we need a line joining those points to begin with. What's a perpendicular bisector? Well, a bisector, if you bisect something, you cut it into 2 equal parts. So we're going to try and cut this line into 2 equal parts. So you have to go through the middle of the line, or the midpoint. But you don't just cut it any old way. So you could cut it multiple ways. Like if you've got a line, you can cut it this way, you can cut it this way. There's lots of ways to cut that line in half, but we want to cut it at an angle so that it's perpendicular at 90 degrees. So we want a line that's at 90 degrees and goes through the middle of that line. It might not go through at 11, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. Don't know what way it would go. Let's see. Okay, so that's our aim. Remember, it's going to be the format y equals mx plus c. So can we get the gradient of this line to begin? Well, we know the gradient of this line, or we can get it, can't we? So the gradient of, let's call this line 1, and then this line 2. The gradient of the first line is going to be the change in the y values, 11 minus 3, which is 8, divided by the change in the x values, 3 minus 1, which is 2. So the gradient of the first line is 4. The gradient of the second line then, remember it's perpendicular, so it's going to be the negative reciprocal. So the equation of this line will be y equals minus a quarter x plus c. Now all we have to do is put in a point that's on the line. The catch is we don't actually have any points in that line. We've got 2 points, but neither of those are on this perpendicular bisector, so we can't find c just yet. So what do? Well, we can find this point because it's special. It's the midpoint. So we can find the midpoint. And how do we do that? Remember, it's the average x values. So the average of 1 and 3, which means the middle in the x would be 2. And the average of the y values, 3 and 11 is 14, and half of that is 7. So the middle would be the point 2, 7. And that point is on the perpendicular bisector. So that point can go into this equation. So we sub in 2, 7. So the y value is 7 and the x value is 2. And if we work out negative a quarter, if you double that, you'd have negative 2 quarters, or negative a half. If you add a half to both sides, you get 7.5 equals c. That means that your y would equal m, which is negative a quarter, x plus c, which is 7.5. I really recommend going through those again and again and again until you're happy, because they come up every exam.